Right, so it's Robert Giorgione for robertgiorgione.com. I'm actually celebrating my first anniversary today of www.robertgiorgione.com. So happy anniversary to me. And so for a special guest on the Roving Sommelier video today, we've got Mel Ellis from the Providores, one of my favourite restaurants here in London. And she's going to talk a little bit about herself and about what she's doing here at Providores with regards to the wine selection. And well, over to you, Mel. How are you? Over to you,
Robert. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, should I say?
Thank you.
A year since you've been doing this, eh? Really cool. Well, firstly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about myself. I'm originally a Kiwi, obviously, and I've been lucky enough to work here at the Providores for the last 7 years. And I really love working here, and I love working so closely with Peter. He allows me to taste lots of yummy wines and make lots of selections, with his guidance, of course, which is really special because obviously he's a very talented chef, and he has a great palate, and he also owns a vineyard in New Zealand, which we stock the wine of. It's called Waitaki Braids, so pop in for a glass whenever you can. But the way Peter and I like to write the wine list is by choosing smaller boutique style wineries from New Zealand. So we go through the process every sort of 4 or 5 months of having a large tasting with our management team, and we discuss how wines are going to sit on our list and what we think complements our list, and whether we're getting a fair selection of the different regions and highlighting the different grape varietals that New Zealand has become so well known for, which is really, really special because New Zealand is starting to produce lots of really funky varietals, as Robert knows, which is great, and it's great to be able to bring this to the people of London, as we do have the biggest selection of New Zealand wines on a wine list in the whole of Europe, I think. And people know that, and they come to us for our selection. And
also for your diversity as well. You offer a wide selection of Kiwi wines, but also a really interesting selection.
Yeah, it is a really interesting selection, and we're very proud of it, and we always do our best, like I said, to source wines from smaller, more boutique style vineyards.
Any favourites, any standouts that you
there's lots
always,
of favourites.
Any ones that you want to mention, or ones that you always have on your list?
Well, Saracen is always a big favourite of ours. Michael's a very close friend of the Providores, and we actually have just done a wine dinner with him, and Clive Dougal, who's their winemaker, was over, and Robert actually attended that one, didn't you, Robert?
Yes,
as well as many others. Which is also another great thing to talk about is our winemakers dinners, and allowing the winemakers from New Zealand to come over and host these dinners in our restaurant. It's a great opportunity for the public to purchase tickets and come in and meet the winemakers and have conversations with them and ask them questions, whereas generally it is quite hard to get winemakers over and talk, but the New Zealanders seem to be able to make the effort to come over quite frequently, which allows us to host these dinners sort of on a monthly basis. So we are at the moment putting together our schedule for next year, so hopefully there'll be lots of exciting ones up for grabs.
Sounds great. Thanks once again, Mel. It's always a pleasure to see you and to come to Providores. Big fan of yours, as you know, and of Peter's and all the team, and I've always had fun here. So thanks once again.
Thank you.